The next morning, as the little group left the cave to find another hiding place, they ran straight into the heavily armed Klingon landing party. Lord Krug glowered at Saavik.
You will tell me the secret of the Genesis machine, or else...
Just then, his communicator beeped.
My Lord Krug, you must beam up. A Federation starship is approaching.
Hidden by its cloaking device, the Klingon ship lay in wait. As the Enterprise entered orbit, Kirk noticed something on his view screen.
That blurry patch. A Klingon cloaking device.
Scotty, shields up!
But it was too late. A Klingon photon torpedo blasted into the Enterprise, destroying her automated controls. Scotty pounded on his useless panel.
Captain, we've got no control of our weapons or engines. We're helpless.
Krug's face appeared on the view screen.
I have 3 prisoners from your Genesis team. Surrender immediately or they'll be executed.
Kirk tried to stall, but Krug cut him off with an order to his men on Genesis.
Kill one of them.
The senior guard drew a dagger. David jumped him and tried to wrestle the knife away. The Klingon freed his arm and plunged the dagger into David's chest. As the young hero fell, Kirk shouted at Krug.
You Klingon monster!
You've killed my son.
Kirk knew he had to surrender his ship, but he wasn't going to give her away without fighting back.
Sulu, prepare to beam us down. Scotty, Chekhov, help me set the computer.
Scott frowned.
Set it for what, sir?
To destroy the Enterprise.
When Krug's men arrived, the Enterprise was empty and silent. All they heard was a computer voice, counting quietly down to 0. And then, a tremendous explosion. Kirk and the others watched wordlessly as their ship fell from the heavens. Kirk blinked hard to hold back the tears.
Bones. She was our home for 20 years. What have I done?
McCoy squeezed his friend's shoulder.
You did what you had to do. You turned death into a fighting chance to live.
Kirk turned away sadly.
Come on. Let's go find Spock.
Their tricorders led them over the quaking ground to the Klingon camp. Kirk stunned the guards with a phaser blast, then caught sight of David's body. He went and kneeled by him.
My son, both heaven and earth friend thee forever. I've lost Spock, my ship. Now you.
Saavik came and knelt by him.
We've both lost much, Admiral. But you must know, Spock is alive.
Kirk ran to where McCoy leaned over Spock, examining him.
He's alive, Jim, but aging rapidly. We've got to get him off this planet or he'll die again.
Drop your weapons!
It was Krug, holding a deadly phaser on them. He barked into his communicator.
Maltz, beam up the prisoners. All but Kirk. I have a score to settle with him.
After the others vanished, Krug growled at Kirk.
Give me the secret of Genesis, or we both die with this planet!
Just then, the Earth shook violently. Krug lost his footing, and Kirk leaped on him. The two wrestled for control of the phaser. Krug dazed Kirk with a vicious punch and aimed the phaser at him. Just then, a huge crack opened under his feet. Screaming curses, he fell to his death. Imitating Krug's voice, Kirk barked into his communicator.
Maltz, beam me up.
When Kirk appeared on the Klingon ship, his phaser was already pointed at Maltz.
No, you're our prisoner. Scotty, Sulu, Chekhov, set course for Vulcan. The planet is falling apart. We've got to get out of here fast.
The ship shot away into space. Kirk gazed back at Genesis as it fell into its sun and vanished.
Goodbye, David.
Sarek met them when they landed on Vulcan.
The High Priestess is ready to try to rejoin Spock's body and spirit. Dr. McCoy, please follow us into the temple.
Kirk and his crew had to wait outside as the ritual went on through the long night. Then, at dawn, the chanting stopped. With McCoy's help, Spock emerged from the temple. He faced Kirk hesitantly.
My father says you have been my friend, but I'm afraid I don't remember.
Spock's friends were crestfallen. They had come through so much, only for this? Kirk tried to help.
You saved the ship, Spock. You saved us all. Don't you remember?
I'm sorry. I can't.
Spock started sadly away. Helplessly, Kirk called after him.
I have been, and ever shall be, your friend.
Spock turned and gazed hard at Kirk. Then a gentle light filled his eyes.
Jim. Your name is Jim.
Kirk smiled joyously.
Yes, Spock. My name is Jim.
That was the end of the story. If you would like to hear it again, turn the tape over